Hey, and welcome back. Welcome back to myself, I guess. I mean, I've been away for quite a bit. Sorry I've kept you waiting, but I am here now. Quite a few updates. It's been quite a rough time, but I am back and I'm going to slowly update you as to what has happened in these past few weeks. First off, things are gonna be a little bit different, I think. I was thinking about shortening the videos in a sense that instead of making videos that are like 45 minutes long, which are some fellow YouTubers do in this space, I'm gonna try to maybe stick with my original shorter videos. I think these video diaries serve as an update to all of you. And I think it's nice that it's quite brief and compact, so you can watch it like, I don't know when, just in a shorter amount of time. I don't want to take up too much of your time, let's put it like that. So if you strongly disagree with that, then also please do let me know in the comments, but otherwise I think this is the best for everyone. Yeah, so without further ado, let's start here. We've got some nice B-roll of the garden, which you know I love. So I've been spending some time in the garden and it has been quite fruitful, let's say. Love these little bees. Still working on that as well. So the bees I will probably start beekeeping, I think, beginning of next year. Since it's winter now, it's not really the time. So I've got some things prepared and we're gonna hit the ground running early next year when it's time for some bees. These days really good. Wow, did not expect it to be this sweet actually. Definitely gonna grow more of these next season. Wow. So to give you a little insight in what is the plan, the first thing we need to do, or I want to do, now that the sun is still out and it's not that cold, well it was back then, wasn't that cold, foreshadowing, I wanted to fix the roof. So as you know, it has been leaking and I wanted to fix that. So I came up with a variety of ways to fix it, and in the end, as you saw in the other video as well, in the last video, I cleaned the roof with a pressure washer and then filling in the seams with this special liquid that is UV resistant and meant to be outdoors. So that is what you saw us starting to do in the last video. But here we have some backup, and I never say no to backup. So Stefan visited me and lent me a hand, which was really welcome. As I complained about in the last video, this job doesn't seem that hard, but it is very, very emotionally draining. Let's put it like that. It was really hard, actually. Ergonomically speaking as well, it is just a nightmare, as you can probably imagine seeing this footage. As you can imagine, it is quite important to have the roof watertight. At some point it rained pretty hard for a prolonged duration and it started to leak inside. I think I've put footage on, I think the last, like video 132, I think I've put some footage of me putting buckets in the house because it was leaking on the second floor. So you can imagine the importance of making it watertight. So this has taken up weeks. It does not look like it, but it is actually not. It's not a single person job. Weeks. It is multiple people working for weeks. It is crazy. Also because it is quite hot, as it is the summer. So for some long-time viewers, I know you're there still, hopefully. We took out some pipes, like the heating pipes throughout this villa, which I am gonna repurpose at some point to make an indoor gym. And also this pipe work, let's say, I'm gonna reuse again to for this same gym. And while we were cutting these steel bars, these steel pipes, I was thinking actually, might as well leave a little bit sticking out to either do a little workout, or I might hang a hammock or something for whenever I do decide to take that nap. And after a little break of, moving washing machines and that into the villa, we're back to doing the roof terrace, as we've been doing for days now, but still going strong. And we're about to finish this last bit up right here. And this is the last bit that we were missing from the roof terrace. And after that, it is finally waterproof. So now we can wait and dry out the second floor, because obviously over these past years that has been abandoned, and I mean before that, honestly, it has also been like that probably. So for these past who knows how many years, it has been raining. Humidity has been accumulating on the roof terrace, the roof itself, seeping into the second floor, as you will probably see at some point, as you if you've not seen it already. But I will definitely show you at some point when we get there. Talking about when we get there, let's chat a little bit about planning. So the first thing I wanted to do is the roof terrace, as you've seen us do. So that is finished. Next thing is the first floor. I would like to have first floor ready in the sense that is cleaned, and I've got all the walls painted, all the rooms painted. So that is on the plan, on my mind for now. You've seen the official first current test of the Villa Oliva Canal. Stefan has been the first to be crazy enough to jump in and test what it's like, if it's slippery or how strong the current is. Yeah. And I would like to thank him for that. Thank you, Stefan. Time flies, as you know it does. So with that out of the way, they packed their bags and they left Villa Oliva on their way for the Netherlands. So thanks again, guys, for helping out. So last year I planted a lot of garlic, of different kinds as well. Also took some from Japan, as you might have seen in the last video. I actually deleted that video because it was not really in line with the rest of the content, and I figured it might be best to just stick with this renovation instead of including other things that are really a little bit out of the scope for this renovation. So part of the garden task this year, or the garden scope, or whatever you want to call it, is seed collection. So peas, collected some peas, a lot of garlic, again elephant garlic, different kinds of garlic. Learned a load about how they propagate. It's been a very interesting year in the garden. Again, unfortunately, haven't had a lot of time to document it all, but next year hopefully it will be better. Learned a lot, hopefully be able to apply it next year. And now on to a little side quest. Every now and then I try to make some time to discover the beauty of Italy. There's so many places to discover and so many things to see that it is really hard to choose. But this time I chose Lake Como and Bellagio and all the places around there. It is absolutely stunning, and I would definitely recommend to go there if you have the chance. Being in the neighborhood, I also decided to visit the city of Bergamo. So I want to leave you with a little compilation of what that visit looked like. slowly brings us back to the paradise that we call a renovation project. So, so with that little sightseeing tour out of the way, I've got some more helping hands. Although it doesn't seem like that at this point, they really did help. And the weather helped the helping hands help more, since they forced us to go inside and do some do some work. So as I mentioned earlier, the plan for now is to tackle the first floor. We've got this bathroom out of the way, and now we are on to the bedroom. And in order to do the bedroom properly, we need to remove all the stuff that we moved into it in the first place. So you saw us moving the old bathtub and stuff that we moved into the bedroom here. They were in the bathroom that we just renovated. And, you know, you just gotta find a new spot to put it until you've decided what to do with it. I've got some, in my opinion, crazy good ideas what to do with it, but only time will tell if we ever get to that. For now, though, we are working in the bedroom. So, cleaning everything, getting these heaters out, moving all the stuff that was in there that we didn't need, and then it's on to the walls. The tricky thing sometimes is that you don't know whether things are original or not original. So for example, this wallpaper, I don't think it is original. I think they put it on in the, I guess, 70s, but I'm not sure. I heard that they did a renovation in the 70s, so that might very well be the case. But you never know. And while we're cleaning out this whole space, making room for whatever is to come, I needed to design the place on the fly. So while we're stripping everything, I'm trying to think of the design, the final design, and what this room needs to become. I mean, obviously a bedroom, but other than that, it is still very open. Ja, ik denk dat die makkelijk kunnen doen, dan weet je wat vast zit. Kijk. Maar ja, wat is nieuw? I'm super happy that Xenia and Sophie came out and helped me out here, because this is quite a big room and it saves me so much time that they were here to help out. So the color of the wall, or I must say that the adhesive, I guess, of this whole wallpaper or whatever primer is underneath there, the yellow one, is actually not that bad. I'm trying to go with a little sand color-ish for this floor and these rooms. Obviously not the same color for all the rooms, but in the same tint, let's say, in the same family. And this yellow-ish color is a bit too yellow in my opinion. I don't know if it conveys well in the video, but for me it's a little bit too yellow. But it's not too far off. It actually matches quite well with the tiles. If we later get an opportunity to see the tiles and the walls together, you can see that they match up quite well, and that is also the idea. So I have to pick a paint later on that actually matches these tiles. For now though, it's just a case of getting everything off, all the paints and all the plaster that is loose on the ceiling and on the walls. Need to get all the wallpaper off, everything off that is not gonna stick, basically. So just in a few days with 3 people, you can get quite far actually with preparing this room. And again, this is quite a huge room, so I have to really think about how I'm gonna design this space in a way that it's not gonna feel empty, while actually at the same time feeling spacious. So it's gonna be a design challenge. Nevertheless, it's gonna be interesting, and hopefully it's gonna be fun to design it. In the meantime, I'm trying to master some focaccia skills, so that means making a lot of focaccia, which I am doing regularly. And on that delicious note, I want to end here. Slowly but surely you'll be updated on the latest and greatest. It will just take a few videos, I guess. Also for me to get back into editing and finding a style that I like, making some changes here and there. Apart from, everything else, working, keeping the house tidy, socializing, stuff like that. So it's been a bit of a longer episode than I expected it to be, but oh well. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.